Battery cages are gaining market foothold in Kenya for good reasons. For those who can afford to buy a cage that holds about 256 birds, then they are able to save space and fit more birds in a space that would have otherwise been used to hold lesser birds in an uncaged environment. In this episode, we shall look at this modern way of poultry farming. Interestingly, not all people have embraced this method. Notwithstanding the advantages, some animal welfare groups have raised valid concerns about caging chicken. For instance, it has been argued that caged chicken are denied many of the natural behaviors they would otherwise engage in if they were in an uncaged environment. They are, for example, not able to perch and nest, dust bathe, and in some cases even stretch their wings. The latter is a representation of the chicken's intense confinement, which has been defined in some countries as the worst torture which a battery hen is exposed to. In search of a success story this week, we head to Kiambu County, and at the heart of Kiambu town is a company dealing with battery cages. Battery cages are a housing system used for various animal production methods, but primarily for egg-laying hens. The name arises from the arrangement of rows and columns of identical cages connected together, sharing common divider walls, as in the cells of a battery. Poultry South Africa is a Kenyan company that deals in importation, distribution, and installation of automated poultry equipment. Meet Charles Kagwe, the director of Poultry. Necessity is the mother of invention, they say. It is the challenges that Kagwe encountered in poultry farming that saw the birth of battery cages business.
I started this business. First, I started as a small-scale chicken farmer. I started with around 20 chicken. So I wanted to do something called continuous improvement. So I kept on researching on why my birds are dying, why the eggs are getting broken, why I'm getting dirty eggs, why the production of eggs is low. Then that is when I came to the realization of the cage system.
Today, Poultry does not only train farmers on the use and maintenance of poultry equipment, but also offers consultancy services to farmers.
We have other products, leave alone the cage system. We also install the automated feeding system, the automated manure removal system, and the automated egg collection systems. These are systems that use power. So you need a source of power. I usually advise for big scale farming, more so on the feeding system, because you just need to press a button and the machine itself feeds the chicken. Yeah. On expansion, we are looking. Right now, we are concentrating on the Kenyan market, but also we are also penetrating slowly into Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda. We are trying to showcase our products in East Africa. Yeah.
The normal way of rearing poultry is doing free range for kienyeji and for layers, putting them in a chicken structure. But according to Kagwe, farmers are nowadays embracing the new technology that promises good returns at rearing the layers in a cage.
Kenyan farmers are accepting the cage system idea slowly by slowly. We're trying to teach them day after day. Poultry farming, it's good to start small, but because of economies of scale, the more the chicken, the better. Because the more the volumes, the more the profit is high. Birds in the cage system do not step on their droppings. And that is the main source of infections, that droppings, because that is where the bacteria lives in. So since the birds are somewhere risen, they're in a clean environment. So chances of infections are very, very minimal. Then again, in the cage system, when you realize that one bird is sick, it is very easy for you to cull it, remove it from the rest to avoid that infection of diseases.
It is no doubt that battery cages business is one way of breeding cash for entrepreneurs. But why has there been an increasing demand for battery cages from the farmers? What are some of the benefits that a poultry farmer stand to gain from use of these cages? Now, in the first segment, We've been talking about the use of cages in poultry business or poultry farming, if you like. And that's why Charles from Licky Poultry is here to take me to one of his clients who has embraced the idea. And perhaps the question is, how effective are these cages? Let's find out. Habari. My name is Elijah. Oh, the farmer. Thank you very much, Ian, for having us here. Oh, maybe you can show us what you are doing. Oh, okay.
I think poultry farming is a great thing to do. It's not a hard job, just easy. So that's what the main thing, because I love the birds. I love to keep them. So that's what inspired me.
And why layers and not broilers? Because from what I see, you just have the layers.
The layers. So the layers, just I love the eggs. You know, the broilers is just about meat. So the eggs, see, you can still sell the eggs. The returns are much higher than the broilers.
Now let's go to the cages. How effective is this cage? Because I see it's like you have double. There are two. So how effective is it using the cages in poultry business?
So in poultry business, the cages is more important because it helps in high production of eggs. We have less breakages of eggs. Also the food, when you give them the food, does not waste more food. Just it's simple. Because when you differentiate, when they were when they were feeding from the ground, they used to feed about one bag a day. But now we have say it feeds about 3/4 of the bag. So you see you are saving. Yeah. And also it helps the chicken because now the energy, most of their energy is intact, moving around, searching for food, water. So everything is there. So you expect the production of the eggs to be good. Yeah.
So let's now go to the business part of it. You've talked of some of the benefits of the cages. Now, in terms of business-wise, how profitable is this venture?
In a day, I collect about 13 trays. That's about 390 eggs a day. So, and okay, by now the selling price of the eggs is just the challenge in which you are suffering now. Yeah. Because it varies. Sometimes we sell at 250 shillings a tray or 270. That's how it is.
The disease control. How do you make sure that your chicken are not infected?
For me, I spray the room with disinfectant each day, each single day. And the droppings there, I also spray the droppings with another chemical so that it does not bring the insects into them.
Okay, something else that I really like us to compare is the cost of feeds versus the egg production. Which kind of feeds do you use, and which one would you recommend, especially in this kind of business?
So the feed which I use here is layers mash. Yeah, and it's about now the birds now consume at least less than before. So when you find them when they're using the feeders, they used to waste a lot of food. So, but now the food has dropped. Now no wastage of food, just constant. Now you see you'll be able to save a bag of a feed. Instead of using a bag a day, use a 3/4. See, saving for tomorrow. Let's say about a cage is about from here to there. That's 1 kg. So 1 kg carries about 256 bahts. Yeah, 256, and the other 256. So in total, the cages carry about 512 birds. No, the cage is being manufactured for 4 birds in one cage. Because if you put more than that, they will be squeezed, will be more squeezed, and they have no space. So this is just a basic thing. Just 4 of them, they are enough to stay there.
Starting any kind of business has some challenges. Which are some of the challenges that you have faced in the past?
The main challenges is, let's say, the birds themselves. Especially these birds, some of them were sick, so you'll find them still not performing well, but at least they're trying, but the challenges are not that more, they're just minimal, which are just natural. Because you find that like a bird has just died because of the egg was not able to come out, so it dies, you see. Those are just natural, nothing we can do about it. So my lowest moment was when they got a disease called E. coli. So this disease actually affects the system where the eggs go through. So you find the eggs either break inside the layers where they live. Yeah, so most of them died. There were more, so most of them died. But when I decided to put the cages that time, so at least it reduced. The sickness reduced because the E. coli comes through the droppings of the chicken. So that's where the disease comes from. So after consuming their own droppings, so the disease enters the body and destroys the egg part. Yeah. The highest moment was when they are producing about 100 trays a week. So that was good. At least that time was better than now, but still coming there. Future plans to extend the cages, buy more, keep more chicken, and sell.
What would you tell the farmers that are willing to keep chicken but are a bit pessimistic because of some of the challenges they hear people, the issue of diseases and all that? What would you tell them?
So I'll just tell the farmers, this job is nice. You just have to keep heart and bear with the challenges, and you will be through with it. Because mine, it just kept, there's a time they dropped in production, but I never lose hope. I continue with the birds, at least now they're doing great.
Wow, you've heard it. We've been talking to Ian, one of the poultry farmers here in Ngoigwa. And one thing that is coming out very strongly is that these cages are expensive because one would require maybe about 100,000, but you are going to the details of the cost of the cages. So the point of taking care of these cages cannot be overemphasized, and that's why coming up next we are going to talk to one of the technicians of Lekki Poultry to tell us what we should do to make sure that our cages are always intact.
Hii cage nikitengeneza, nikiassemble, kuna hii kitu inaitwa floor mesh. Hii sasa. Ukiifunga juu hii ndio kuku zinakalia, lazima uangalie uweke pins nyingi.
Okay.
Ukiwa na hii cage lazima ukuwe na tanku umeiweka pahali juu. Haya, maji inatoka kutoka pale. Ile inaitwa water filter. In case maji ikuwe na uchafu ama majani, ile huwa ina filter, inatoa hizo majani. Haya, hiyo maji huwa inakuja hivi. Hizi nazo tunaziitaga pumps ama water system. Hizi huwa zina regulate pressure. Juu already maji imetoka pale na pressure nyingi. Hizi zinatumikanga kuregulate pressure. Na ukiona kama hii, ukiangalia kama hii, unaweza ona level ya maji hapa. Hii kitu ukiangalia hauoni maji, ujue hii pipe haina maji. Kwa hivyo lazima kila time uhakikisha hii kitu unaona ikiwa na maji. Ikiwa na maji, ujue pipe iko na maji. Kwa hivyo kuku zinakunywa maji. Hii ukiona haina maji, pipe haina maji. Kwa hivyo kuku hazikunywi maji. Hizi tunaziita gate valves. Gate valves hizi. Hizi sasa zina work the same na ile, lakini sasa hii ni ya kukuonyesha pipe ya pande hii bado iko na maji. Hii sasa si hata sasa hapa unaona level ya maji. Hii sasa ni ya kukuambia hii pipe iko na maji. Hizi tunaziita nipples. Hizi ndizo zinatumika kuku wanatumia kukunywa maji. Haya, mkulima akikuja kwa keji yake akiangalia kuku, lazima tu ahakikishe kila pipe iko na maji. Hizi pipe lazima ahakikishe kuku ziko in good condition, as in venye tumepanga hii cage, yani hakuna kuku zinaangushia zile zingine droppings. As in the arrangement of this cage, ukiangalia kama hii kuna venye tumezipanga, as in hii haiwezi angushia hii droppings. Hivyo sasa hii material imetumika kutengeneza hizi cages ni kama huwa hairasi. Sasa kitu yenye farmer anaweza kuwa akihakikisha maybe kupanguza huku hizi chuma, hakikisha zote ziko safi. Hizi chuma unaona huku, akipanguza hizo inaweza kuwa at least smart. Yani farmer tu anafaa kuhakikisha hii kitu iko smart.
I'll say that at first we are looking at poultry farming as a non-profit making business, but from what you've just seen, poultry can really give you enough and you can actually live by poultry. Let no one feel like he cannot get into poultry farming, regardless of the space. Like we've seen, our farmer right now, the space is not that big, but he's able to do 450 birds. So looking at a normal scenario, if you go to a farm with 450 birds, you expect to get like a half an acre or 2 acres of land with 1,000. But no, we're looking at a space of less than 40 by 30 feet. So let's not look at the space at one point or the other. We adapt change, and once we embrace change, we are definitely going to move. So let's not go back and still live like our grandmothers did. We are in a different generation. Let's make money. Let's use the cages.
Well, good job there.
Thank you.
But one thing that has come strongly from your client, that is Ian, is the cost of doing business with the cages, especially keeping poultry using cages. Sometimes can be expensive because he has said it's about 95,000. So as Leaky Poultry, how do you go about that? Do you have other methods of payments? How can a farmer exactly be in a position to use the cage regardless of the price?
Yeah, thank you. We are very flexible with our customers in that we give flexible payment options. One is full payment or 2 installments per month. Yeah, that one will give the customer time to pay back for the cage.
And I've seen they are quite big, so when it comes to the issue of delivery, how do you go about it?
Okay, the cages come when they're in pieces. We come and assemble at the farmer's farm. So one pickup is able to carry a whole set of a cage. It's not that bulky when it's in pieces. Yeah.
And finally, if I may ask you, where are you based and where can a farmer find you?
Okay, we are in Kiambu town, a building called Torito House, 3rd floor. Yes.
Wow, there you've heard it. There's no reason why you should not embrace this kind of modern farming, because the benefits outweighs the demerits. And that's it for this week, Breeding Cash. But remember, you can always give us feedback. On Twitter is a WTVKE, and on Facebook is a Breeding Cash. That's where you'll find us. Let us know what you think concerning the show, and if you have any story idea where we should go next, you can also tell us. That's it for now. See you next week.